Hello everyone and welcome to opjhub. I'm so excited to see you once again. My name is Joshua and I hope you are doing great. So today is a very wonderful video I'm about to do, but before then I have a quick riddle for you. Let's play it like this. If you're able to answer the riddle in the first clue, you take 5 points. The second clue, 4 points. Third clue and any other remaining clues is 3 points. Are you ready? Okay, so I want to see the braillers. Yes, all right. So the first clue is, I am not a living organism. I'm not alive, but I can grow. I don't have lungs, but I need air. Who am I? So if you know the answer, kindly drop the answer in the comment section. Yes, I'm waiting for you. Yes, drop it. All right, so okay, before I give the final verdict, the answer will be given at the end of the video. So kindly stay true so we get it done. Hardly a day passes by without news of fire outbreak. Hundreds of properties, thousands of lives, and millions of dollars are lost every year as a result of fire outbreak. This is so sad. And the health implications of fire outbreak, both on an individual, the family, and the community, are so numerous. I can't list them all. But then it could have been prevented if that little spark of fire was extinguished quite earlier before it escalated. Now, your safety and the safety of those at home, the workplace, the schools, the marketplace, everywhere also depends on you knowing how to correctly use the fire extinguisher. So in today's video, I'm going to show you a simple mnemonic that will help you recall the steps in using the fire extinguisher correctly. Knowing this can make a difference between life and death. Many workplaces and public spaces have fire extinguisher. However, a lot of people will not want to use the fire extinguisher in the case of emergency, probably because of 1, lack of training, 2, confused about the type of fire extinguisher to use, 3, panic during the state of emergency, 4, unclear about the instructions on the fire extinguisher, 5, they have the view that the fire extinguisher is expired and not function, so they don't want to risk their life to even venture to use it in the first place. I want to know what you think would be the reason. Kindly drop that also in the comment section for me. Remember, not all fires are the same. Now we have what we call the triangle of fire, which is made up of a fuel, oxygen, and heat. So if you want to extinguish the fire, if you tackle any of these elements, you'll be able to extinguish the fire. Now, currently there are about 5 types of fire. That is Class A, Class B, Class C, Class D, and Class K. If you can't really understand it, just imagine solid, liquid, gas. You get it? So Class A are made up of combustible solids like paper, wood, plastic, or clothes. Class B fires are made up of inflammable liquids and gas, like from alcohol, from oil paint, from petrol and kerosene. Class C fires are from electrical fires, and Class D are from burning metals like aluminium, sodium as well. Class K fires are from cooking oils or fat oils. Those are the types of fires we have. Again, we also have types of fire extinguishers. We have the water fire extinguisher, we have the foam fire extinguisher, we have the dry chemical fire extinguisher, the wet chemical fire extinguisher. So you could see that there are various types of fires and the specific fire extinguisher needed to quench or extinguish these fires. Example, we don't use water to quench electrical fires. Why? Because water is a good conductor of electricity, and so when you use water, you increase or you are prone to get electrocuted. So we use the right appropriate fire extinguisher for the right kind of fire. So if you are dealing with electrical fire, you want to use the carbon dioxide extinguisher. Do you get it? So knowing the type of fire extinguisher to use is very important. So you could see, now when you take the fire extinguisher, there's some few things you need to be mindful of. That is the expiry date and the contents of the fire extinguisher, and also the color code. So each of the types of fire extinguisher I've mentioned have color code. So Just get to your room or your vantage places in your workplace or your hostels, wherever that they have a fire extinguisher. Just look for these things I've mentioned, the expiry date. If it's expired, you need to refill it. If the color content, it's also indicative of, if it's black, it's probably a carbon dioxide fire extinguisher. So just familiarize yourself with this. Before I move on, each type of fire extinguishers are found at very specific places. Example, when you see the carbon dioxide fire extinguisher, usually you find them at the hostels. Why? Because a lot of students will use electrical appliances and electrical devices. So that is why they will use that extinguisher, because they are at risk of having electrical fires. Do you get it? With the kitchen or restaurant, we usually want to use the class K fires. That is the extinguisher specifically for the cooking oils, for fat oils. Do you get it? So specific type of fire extinguishers are used at specific places. If you are dealing with metals and maybe let's say the laboratories and factories, you will not want to use water extinguisher. You want to use the class D extinguishers for. Do you get it? Now, so now the mnemonic. All right, the mnemonic is PASS. P-E-S-S. P. Pull the pin to unlock the fire extinguisher. Now, you can't enter into a strong man's house without first of all binding the person. Likewise, you can't also open the fire extinguisher without removing the pin. It makes sense, right? So when you move the pin, you have to unlock it to be able to release the content of the fire extinguisher. The next one is A. Aim at the base of the fire and not at the flames of the fire. So take note that you use the nozzle of the fire extinguisher, lower it towards the base of the fire, and then before you move on to the next word, which is S, squeeze. Now you need to squeeze the content of the fire extinguisher. So you squeeze the handle to release the content of the fire extinguisher. Remember, I said that the various types of fire extinguishers we have specific agents within them, and so when you squeeze it, you are releasing the content out of it. I hope you get it. So the last word is S, spread, or some people will want to use spray. What you're going to do is that now you're going to, after you have squeezed the fire extinguisher, you spray it towards the fire. Don't forget, at the base of the fire. Now you move left to right, left to right, as if you are using the windscreen of the car. Do you understand? So you do it until the fire fully extinguished. Remember to pass whenever you are using the fire extinguisher. Now take note, when you are supposed to avoid using the fire extinguisher, or once you are using the fire extinguisher, at what point you are supposed to stop using the fire extinguisher. So I'm going to just give you a few of them. So one, when you are confused about the type of fire extinguisher to use, don't use it, because using the wrong fire extinguisher will rather escalate the fire, and we don't want that to happen. Your life is very precious to us and to me, Two, when you are using the fire extinguisher and then you realize that the fire has gone beyond control, the fire has grown bigger and bigger, please leave the building immediately. Don't waste time. Don't try to do anything to fight the fire. Just leave. And don't forget to also call the emergency services to come and help you to save your properties as well. The third one, if you are fighting the fire and you realize there's a lot of smoke, kindly avoid that and leave the building immediately. What the smoke does is that it displaces the oxygen that is on the blood or your red blood cells, and that will lead you to faint or collapse, and that may be a very unfortunate thing that may happen, and the fire can come to burn you. So you don't want to risk your life as well. Also, as I said, leave everything in the room, building, your properties, whatever, leave it. Your life is very precious to us. Now, with all this done, don't forget as well, call the emergency services to come and help you. Now, finally, I'll now come to answer your riddle for you. But before I answer the riddle, assuming you have a call that your house is on fire and you rush to your house, and then you are supposed to pick only one item from the house, what could that be? Okay, so kindly drop your answer in the comment section for me. So the answer of the riddle is fire. I know you got it right. So I'll give you your prize, 5 marks of 3 points, or 4 points. All right, thank you so much. I know if you meet any fire in your home, you'll be able to use the right fire extinguisher for it, and also be able to use the pass. I believe that's for sure. Okay, great. So don't forget to like this video. Many of you don't like my videos. Okay, don't forget to like it. Don't forget to also to comment in the comment section, and don't forget also to share it for your friends and loved ones, so we can help prevent. We are entering into a season where a lot of people will be having fire outbreaks and other stuff, and I don't want you to be a part of them. All right, so let's help share this. Thank you so much, and until then, see you.